My beloved little one, I am speaking to you now with an abundance of love and compassion, knowing how heavy these words may be on your soul. However, I must warn you, my dear, that I am preparing you for a goodbye that is coming. This goodbye will test your faith, challenge your spirit, and ultimately lead you to greater wisdom and strength. Get ready to say goodbye to the familiar comforts that have embraced you. The rhythm and routines that have organized your days are changing, and the landscapes, both internal and external, that you have known so intimately are undergoing transformation. Embrace the change that is upon you. Do not cling too tightly to what must eventually pass away. Trust that the more you seek my face, the more ardently you should do so. In these times of great significance, we frequently find ourselves experiencing the deepest and most profound connections with the divine. I want you to think of the occasions when you sensed God's presence throughout the most difficult circumstances in your life. Know that I'm listening to you, my true love. I am aware of the seriousness of the proposition you have made. I'm not joking around. This shouldn't be taken lightly. This place of sincerity is where I meet you, and I respect the sincerity that you have shown. We will work together to successfully traverse each and every stage of this difficult path. Even when you are going through the most difficult times, you are never solitary. I am standing by your side at all times, directing you toward a future that is brimming with optimism and meaning. Your Heavenly Father is standing by your side, providing you with His unending love and unflinching support. Your unflinching support and heartfelt gratitude enhance our journey, imbuing it with an unrivaled meaning. Thank you so much, respected donor. We would like to extend an invitation to you to continue traveling beside us, enhancing each step with your generosity and goodness. In terms of our mission, the contributions that you make a huge difference. The persistence that you have shown, faithful ones, has not gone unnoticed. You have demonstrated a tremendous deal of bravery by facing the storms and attacks of the adversary. The time has come for you to witness the mighty hand that I have been working with. I'm about to do something that will shock empires and nations to their core. Despite the fact that the structures of man are failing and strongholds are falling, you should not be afraid, since this is your liberation. There will be a shift in the world as you know it. I have cautioned you about the impending economic upheaval and suggested that you make every effort to do as much preparation as you possibly can. Despite the fact that difficult times are on the horizon, keep this promise in mind. I will never leave you behind. You will be sustained by my grace, even in the most difficult of times. A dismantling of the crooked system that you have been familiar with for your entire life is going to take place. This is the moment that you were meant to be born for. Years ago, I instilled within you the strength to prevail in this very conflict that you are currently facing. The current days are absolutely unparalleled in the annals of history. Because I am the great I am, the one who created heaven and earth, everyone of humanity will soon have the opportunity to behold my incredible power and splendor. We have arrived at the time when serious labor pains will begin, and each one is becoming more intense and closer together. Always remember to keep me close by, since my power will see you through this. During this time of upheaval, I ask that you remain under my protection. Despite the suffering, you should experience an indescribable sense of joy and calm. With your final push, you will experience freedom like you've never experienced it before. Total restoration, healing of wounds, and a new existence that is beyond anything you could have imagined. I am engaged in an activity that is completely novel and more amazing than your imagination could possibly conceive of. The entire world is about to be shocked and amazed by me. Those individuals who have made fun of and punished you, as well as those who have opposed me and provided false information about my character, will be held accountable for their actions. Despite the fact that I have shown kindness for a considerable amount of time, many people have not changed their wicked behavior. Their discipline will be tough and completely fair to everyone involved. On the other hand, your recompense is on the way, my faithful one, since you have persevered through flaming trials and have continued to have hope in me. I have documented in my eternal ledger every single prayer, every single tear of intercession, and every single deed that has been performed in my name. Be prepared, for the culmination of the time allotted for compensation is drawing near. Within the course of your day, I will be doing something that you will not believe. The adventure that you have been on is about to reach a momentous turning point that will enchant you. As we get closer to this magnificent conclusion, do not leave me, just as I have remained in you. For the duration of the labor pains, I will provide all of the necessary strength. Do not be afraid, for everything that I have said will come to pass. Night terrors, plagues, natural calamities, and any form of warfare will not be successful in defeating you. No weapon that is fashioned against you will be successful, and no lie that is said about you will be permitted to stand. During this time of upheaval, you should not wage war against people of flesh and blood, but rather pray for those who wish you harm. In the same way that I have forgiven you, you should be ready to forgive faults. Bring back the wicked with the good, and the lies with the truth conveyed with love. Ensure that you always act with honesty and purity in whatever you do, so that your testimony can be considered innocent in the eyes of everyone. Right now, time is running out. Approach those who are on the outside with wisdom and make the most of each and every moment. Allow yourself to be filled with my spirit and to continually commune with me in a spirit of humility and surrender. Allow me to direct you. It is possible that you would not believe the severity of what is going to happen, even if you were told. However, you should be aware that you are protected by the shade of my wings. Pray for those who are hostile toward you, and be polite to them even when they are hostile toward you. The steadfast faith and unadulterated heart that you possess will serve as a testimony to everyone. During this voyage, pay great attention to the soft whispers that I'm telling you. Although it is a tight road, I will clear the way for you before you get there. Pay attention to me rather than the craziness that is going on around you. Despite the fact that the oceans may roar and civilizations may fall, you will continue to be unmoved because I am your rock, your strong tower, and your powerful stronghold. In times of turmoil, what strategies do you employ to maintain your focus on God? In the comments section below, please share your experiences. I am still working behind the scenes, coordinating the course of events and bringing about the alignment of destinies. There will be visible marks of my protection and provision that you will witness in the middle of the escalating chaos. These indications will give you visibility. In the same way that Gideon used a fleece to look for signs when adversaries gathered, you should look to me for confirmations whenever you are in need of confidence. Those whose faith is wavering will find solace in the services provided by my messengers. Do you have any experience with the signals and reassurances that God provides? Let's talk about it in the comments later. Those who seek me with all their heart are worthy of my respect. Nevertheless, those who have faith without seeing are even more admirable. They have faith in the impossible and hope despite all obstacles. If you scream out to me, I will respond to you. In times when it appears that nothing can be done, how do you keep your faith strong? In the following, please share your experiences and strategies. Even though the journey may be challenging and constrained, you should know that I will be by your side every step of the way. Do not let the chaos that is occurring around you distract you from me. Using my direction, you will be able to survive. Your $50 donation fuels our enthusiasm for creating content which resonates with our audience. Thank you. The nighttime seasons of your life will be filled with sights and dreams of things that are yet to come. Those who are completely committed to my goals will be the ones to learn about my plans. You can have a better understanding of my unfolding revelations by studying the lives of my servant prophets. Make a prayer for the wisdom and understanding that comes from heaven, which is more valuable than pure gold. I ask that you worship me with complete and utter abandon, entrusting the future to my care and control. You will be astounded by things that are beyond your comprehension as you give me more influence over your situations. In what ways do you look for and accept the disclosures that God has made in your life? In the comments section below, please share your experiences. I am directing you to wake up from the slumbering masses that you are a part of. Please don your armor and reveal yourselves to me as my representatives on this planet. The era of inactivity has come to an end. I am sparking a holy fire inside you, a passion that cannot be sated. When my mature sons and daughters come forth in strength and glory, they will work with me to restore what has been lost through millennia of sin, sickness, tragedy, and death. This is something that all of creation longs for. What do you think of this vision? Heaven is waiting for me to finish my work and is standing open all the way. The universe longs to see my dazzling ones working in harmony under the direction of heaven, regaining territory that has been stolen by the adversary, freeing prisoners from prisons of despair, healing those who are broken-hearted, restoring sight to those who have been blinded, and announcing freedom to those who are oppressed. Wherever my faithful ones place their feet, there will be a restoration of wholeness and life. In the same way that Moses was unable to venture into the promise by himself, my body is unable to accomplish its predetermined victories in isolation. We need to move forward with a unified purpose. In order for us to finish this great marathon together, I am calling all of the branches of my ecclesia into unity right now. It is no longer appropriate for you to quarrel over ideas or denominations. I have ordered each and every portion, and I believe that every part is necessary. When the adversary sows seeds of conflict and division, plant seeds of peace in those places. Please show compassion for those who are impoverished, widows, and those with fragile souls that I bring into your path. My children who are being held captive by cruel taskmasters or who are suffering for their faith should be remembered in your prayers. Pray for the wanderers who are still lost outside the fold. Particularly, remember in your thoughts and prayers the children who are longing for their parents. I am aware of every priceless face. My heart cries out to me, for not a single one is overlooked. All those who have faith in me will soon experience divine justice, deliverance, and restoration all at the same time. There is no circumstance that I cannot handle. As a result, my frontline fighters, you must now possess strength. It is not your own strength that has brought you thus far. Rather, it is my life power that is energizing you for victory and pouring through your deepest center of being. It is important to keep in mind that we are capable of doing a great deal more when we work together and support one another. On this quest, each and every one of you plays an important part. My power of resurrection is like a huge river that will rapidly increase, converting from raindrops into waves that envelop the entire world. You need not be concerned about your safety when you are going through the fire, because I shall be there with you. Immediately following the shaking, the kingdoms that are still standing will no longer be able to compete with my eternal kingdom. It is inevitable that the facades of this world will be peeled away, and the grandeur of nations will be dragged down to a lower level. On the other hand, my holy mountains will emerge from the ashes of their former excellence. All peoples will experience a revitalized sense of awe and reverence for me, and compassion will overflow to saturate the multitudes of people who are starving and being persecuted. After then, my multifaceted body, which will be headed by the unified leadership of Heaven's command, will be responsible for shepherding the emotional, bodily, and spiritual rehabilitation of humanity. During the process of rebuilding civilization, love and divine order will serve as the foundationals. In addition to providing people with the opportunity to have face-to-face fellowship with me, my revitalized and resurrected community will direct people back to my mission for humanity. It is time for us to be vessels of hope and healing, as my spirit once again hovers over the hearts of my people. We have the potential to form a powerful movement for restoration if we work together. I will give the gift of eternal life to creation, and it will respond with vigor. The arid regions will provide abundant harvests, while the oases will provide water for the desert environments. At the same time that wolves and lambs will be lying next to one another, the wilderness will flourish like the Garden of Eden. My offspring will prophesy as my word spreads across the earth in the same way that water spreads across the entire ocean. There will be an abundance of glory for all eternity. Consequently, my steadfastly adored, do not let up. Continue to keep your head held high as you reach the peak of this decision-making valley. From point forward, I will fulfill every promise by performing miracles and signs in the sky and on earth until everything is completed. Keep your composure, knowing that you are walking in harmony with my predetermined will. Despite the fact that you could be feeling pressured right now for a brief season, soon there will be celebrating and celebrations all around the planet. My endless day will arrive in a flash, despite the fact that the darkest night is still to come. At the moment when light breaks through the most profound darkness, hope shines brightest on the horizon of dawn. It is clear that I will triumph for all eternity because I am the bright and morning star that is rising in your hearts. During this time of waiting for this magnificent metamorphosis, let us be there for one another and continue to be unwavering in our faith. By working together, we have the ability to provide light and hope to our communities. As we get closer to the decisive moment, it is important to be watchful and pray. Even if the storms are roaring and the darkness is getting closer, my child, you should rejoice. Keep a firm grip on the vision that I have provided for you. Allow your spirit to be filled with my intense desire to restore creation as I lead and protect you through these final stages. Have faith that every one of my promises is a yes and an amen. My voice will soon be heard, beckoning you to greater heights, and you will hear it soon. Never forget that I have the ability to keep you entirely whole, blameless, and victorious until that glorious day when you are unveiled in glory with me. I would like to share with you today, my child, what is on my heart. Quite a few of my people battle with stubbornness, which may be defined as an unwillingness to accept what I uncover. It is not because I require something from you that this causes me great sorrow. Rather, it is because this uncertainty and disobedience has the potential to give you anguish, my dear. In the midst of our journey through these final moments together, let us encourage and strengthen one another by embracing the vision and promises of God. We are obligated to provide each other with support in our beliefs. I have been pressing you to let go of what is comfortable and familiar to you, while I have been calling you into a new season at the same time. I am aware of the aspects of your life in which you have attempted to negotiate with me, where you have attempted to persuade yourself to remain in circumstances or relationships that are detrimental to my goals for you. Nevertheless, I am reorienting you and reshaping the winds in preparation for the next chapter. The friction that you are experiencing is an invitation from me to explore more profound waters. In the same way that I altered Saul's name and identity on the Damascus road, I am calling you out of concealment and into courage and clarity by giving you a new name. There is a moment of transformation taking place in you, a time in which you are shedding the dead weight that has been holding you back. However, despite the fact that change can be daunting, you should not fight against something that is intended to liberate you. The only thing that will weigh you down over time is if you run away from your calling. My dear kid, I want you to take a moment to examine your heart. What is it that is preventing you from moving forward, whether it be fear or unbelief? I am prepared to meet you with steadfast faith, and my life presence is on hand to provide you with the resources you need at every stage of the journey. You have to make the decision to let go of the clothes that were worn during the previous season. Adopt the new persona that I have created for you, and take a courageous step into the future that I have prepared for you. Together, we have the ability to advance in our faith and our purpose. According to the scriptures, a person who begins to plow but then turns around and looks back is not suitable for employment in my kingdom. Always keep your focus on me, the one who is the creator and the culmination of your faith. In the midst of the earth's sighs of expectancy and yearning for the sons and daughters to awaken, the time for transformation has arrived. In the domain that cannot be seen, there is a growing sense of urgency, and those who are smart are responding with obedience and alignment. It is imperative that my devoted followers have the ability to convey light and hope wherever they go. When it comes to this crucial hour, each of you is responsible for fulfilling a crucial duty. In spite of all the distractions, are you still paying attention to my voice? Because they are familiar with my voice, my sheep will not follow another. If you give my words the opportunity to take hold in your heart, they have the potential to introduce you to life, growth, and a more profound connection with me. Make the decision right now to listen to and accept my message. It is imperative that you heed the call to let go of fictitious comforts and accept the destiny that I have had for you since the beginning of time. You are a reflection of my very image radiating out into the world, and I see an enormous amount of potential in you. However, in order to proceed, you will need to break prior agreements that are detrimental to my best efforts for you. Give up your phony sense of humility and your desire to accept less than you deserve. I will lead you to a higher level, beyond your limitations, and into the realm of spiritual growth. At the same time as your mind is being refreshed, you will start to comprehend my objectives for you, which are not intended to limit you, but rather to safeguard, direct, and develop you. The road that lies ahead calls for bravery and perseverance, which I am the only person who can deliver. In the upcoming fights, which are going to get more intense, self-reliance will soon lead to exhaustion. In order to be successful on this road, you must have a strong foundation in me. Positive thinking and hoping for the best are not enough. It was never my intention for you to navigate life on your own, so why do you persist in attempting to walk this route on your own strength? I invite you to take my hand and allow me to guide you into the realization of your mission. Put your faith in my direction and allow me to help you overcome any obstacle in your way. With your help, we will be able to do what you may seem to be impossible. We're deeply appreciative of your $50 donation. It strengthens our commitment to quality content. Permit me to guide you along the centuries-old path. Learn from me and allow my presence to be a place where your soul can find peace. We shall overcome every difficulty, every tragedy, and every injustice by working together. I will show you the way to bring my light and truth to the correct place. It is important to keep in mind that even the most hopeless situations can allow for the emergence of rays of light. If you are feeling cynical or resigned about the future, now is not the time to withdraw via resignation. Any darkness cannot compare to the power of my light that resides inside you. In light of the fact that I'm here with you, you must rise up with courage and self-assurance. In this subsequent chapter, people who have faith will be given the opportunity to receive new gifts and anointings. In every room that you enter, my sheer presence will overcome fear, and signs and miracles will accompany you as you go about your day. Through your hands, you will experience the outpouring of creative wonders. It is important that you remain rooted in me and that you enable divine realities to mold your vision of the world around you. It is said that the power of the tongue is the power of life and death. Thus, use your words to speak life. The trip that lies ahead should be embraced with faith and anticipation. When you walk in my light, you will become a guiding light for those who are looking for hope. The darkness may be transformed into chances for healing and restoration if we work together to accomplish this. Make intelligent use of your words to prophesy life, hope, and breakthroughs that are in accordance with my desire for them. Despite the fact that answers may appear to be out of grasp, speak salvation into despair. If you are able to bless other people, you will also be blessed. You should be willing to freely accept the people I send into your life, and you should happily obey every small push that my spirit gives you. In the process of pouring yourself out with an excessive love, you will find grace that you did not anticipate. Keep in mind that when you allow me to carry your weight alongside you, it becomes much lighter for me. You should first and foremost be aware that you are truly loved and appreciated. My love for you is unchanging. It is not something that I have won one moment and then lost the next. Because I created you with immortality in mind, I sing over you and have woven eternity into the very fabric of your being. I have planted eternity within you. Besides the fact that you are wonderfully lovely, your identity and sense of belonging are fully established. You are not susceptible to the attitudes and performance traps that entangle a great number of people. There is nothing for you to prove. All you need to do is accept my love and grace. What are some actions that you can take right now to completely accept who you are now in Christ? We would be pleased to hear your thoughts. Have a profound love for one another and give it out from a position of peace. In the event that you hear my voice today, I invite you to accompany me for a walk so that I might turn your difficulties into delight. You will be put through tests that will help you become more refined, but together we shall develop the fruit of righteousness that is peaceful. Bringing water to arid places and reconstructing the ruins are both things that I am doing. There is a growing sense of hope in a place where apathy once reigned, and reconciliation is on the verge of taking place. Because the lion and the lamb will be lying down together, light will be able to find its way through the darkness. While you are walking with me, your fear will transform into awe and wonder, and the turbulence that you have been experiencing will give way to an incredible calm that will fill your spirit. As a result of the fact that my live water flows through you, every location where your feet tread will be brimming with new life. As you are shown in all your grandeur and brilliance, the entirety of creation is eagerly awaiting your. The ones who are radiant are emerging, and they are prepared to rock the earth with delight. It is no longer acceptable to remain hidden in the shadows. Make sure you are clad in bravery, child, and take courageous steps toward fulfilling your calling. You are about to go on a journey that will take you into unfamiliar area. Therefore, walk humbly alongside me in holiness and purity. You should let go of the burdens that are weighing you down as the route wins and climbs higher. I am aware of the secret misgivings that you harbor and the tears that you have concealed. You should bring them into my light and then watch as I change them into dancing ones. No matter where you feel like you are stuck, I will give you wings to fly. I am aware of the critical voices that are repeating lies that you are not sufficient. Nonetheless, it is important to keep in mind that you are created in my image, constructed with purpose and beauty. There has never been a moment when my enormous love for you has been dampened by the parts of you that feel awkward or broken. Permit me to reveal the true nature of your identity. Allow the warmth of my adoration to heal the most profound wounds you have experienced and to moisten the dry areas inside you, so that you are filled to the brim with an uncontrollable delight. Vaporize away. You are safe with me. It is not something that can be gained or lost. There is no amount of failure or imperfection that can alter my perception of you. Take comfort in the knowledge that my grace is unending and that it will carry you through the uncertainties. You have complete access to all of my resources, as well as my power and wisdom. The infusion of heaven on earth means that there is no issue, no injustice, and no stronghold that can stand against it. We are going to show things, dearly adored. As you move on, take comfort in the fact that your identity is safe within my embrace. The boundless potential that I see in you is what defines you, not the errors you've made in the past or the fights you're going through right now. Your narrative is being shaped by me, and I am transforming every difficulty into a demonstration of my fidelity. The cacophony of love and purpose that I have crafted for your life is not going to be able to be drowned out by the noise and chaos of the world. The path that lies ahead is full of hope and inspiration. In addition to being truly loved, you are equipped and empowered. Take a step forward, walk with self-assurance and tranquility, and know that your every step is held within the bounds of my unwavering love and my sovereign purpose. I know that you have been going through a dry season during which you have been pleading with the Lord. How long, O Lord? However, I want you to know that I have not forgotten you for a single second. I have a permanent imprint of you on the palms of my hands. I will deliver you from the land of Egypt. I will split the Red Sea in front of your feet. I will provide you with manna in the wilderness, and I will cause water to flow from the rock in order to satisfy your need of thirst. Do you not believe that I have demonstrated my loyalty to you 1,000 times over? In spite of this, your faith begins to waver whenever storms occur. Oh, my most cherished kid, are you unaware of this? Do you not know that I am God Almighty, the Lord of hosts who governs the wind and waves? Have I not demonstrated this to you? There is nothing that I am unable to control for the sake of you. For this reason, you should raise your gaze away from the raging chaos that is all around you. Turn your attention to me, the one who started and completed your faith. I have made promises to you, plans to prosper you and not to hurt you, plans to give you hope and a future. Have I not spoken these words over you? Despite the fact that the vision is delayed, it will undoubtedly come to pass. This is the time that has been set aside. Even at this very now, I am mobilizing my angelic forces in order to serve you. I am moving the hearts of earthly kings and rulers, shifting the axis of governments and economic systems, and removing obstacles from your path. I am stirring the hearts of those who are in power. I am putting together divine connections and making preparations for unexpected blessings to come upon you when you least expect them. Given that the predetermined moment of favor over your existence has arrived, you are about to enter the country that was promised to you. The season of wilderness wanderings is coming to an end. Do you not have the ability to recognize the first sliver of dawn on the horizon, which is announcing the arrival of the dawn of breakthrough? How much more will I open the floodgates of blessing now that you are my covenant child? If I opened the gates of heaven to pour down manna into your mouths when you were slaves in Egypt, how much more will I do it now that you are my child? I assure you that the supernatural supply that I shall shower you with will be more than you are able to contain. Without warning, it will engulf you and take control of your life. When compared to the torrential rain of my favor, Ezekiel's vision of river benefits will appear to be little more than a drizzle, mostly due to the fact that I am bringing you from the wilderness into the country of plentiful resources. In the same way that I dried up the Jordan River in order to make room for my children a very long time ago, I am now dividing the Red Sea of shortcoming in front of you. I am ushering you into a land that is flowing with milk and honey, your very own promised paradise of prosperity that was planned for you before the foundation of the world. You will no longer have to survive on the few rations and provisions that are available in the wilderness. Have the courage to expand the tents that you have set up for yourself, my kid. In order to bring your hopes into alignment with the reality of heaven, you should stretch them further. Because I am Jehovah Jireh, the God of wealth, and I am there to provide for you without any boundaries. For as long as I can remember, it has been my great pleasure to entrust you with the entirety of the kingdom. The doors to my warehouses are wide open. I am not holding anything back. I will open the floodgates of, if you ask me to bring rain when it is absolutely necessary. In the palms of my hands, I will carry you out of your Egypt. I will split the Red Sea before your feet. I will feed you with manna in the wilderness. I will cause water to flow from the rock in order to satisfy your thirst. Do you not believe that I have demonstrated my loyalty to you 1,000 times over? In spite of this, your faith begins to waver whenever storms occur. Oh, my most cherished kid, are you unaware of this? Do you not know that I am God Almighty, the Lord of hosts who governs the wind and waves? Have I not demonstrated this to you? There is nothing that I am unable to control for the sake of you. For this reason, you should raise your gaze away from the raging chaos that is all around you. Turn your attention to me, the one who started and completed your faith. I have made promises to you, plans to prosper you and not to hurt you, plans to give you hope and a future. Have I not spoken these words over you? Despite the fact that the vision is delayed, it will undoubtedly come to pass. This is the time that has been set aside. Even at this very now, I am mobilizing my angelic forces in order to serve you. I am moving the hearts of earthly kings and rulers, shifting the axis of governments and economic systems, and removing obstacles from your path. I am stirring the hearts of those who are in power. I am putting together divine connections and making preparations for unexpected blessings to come upon you when you least expect them. Given that the predetermined moment of favor over your existence has arrived, you are about to enter the country that was promised to you. The season of wilderness wanderings is coming to an end. Do you not have the ability to recognize the first sliver of dawn on the horizon, which is announcing the arrival of the dawn of breakthrough. How much more will I open the floodgates of blessing now that you are my covenant child? If I open the gates of heaven to pour down manna into your mouths when you were slaves in Egypt, how much more will I do it now that you are my child? I assure you that the supernatural supply that I shall shower you with will be more than you are able to contain. Without warning, it will engulf you and take control of your life. When compared to the torrential rain of my favor, Ezekiel's vision of river benefits will appear to be little more than a drizzle, mostly due to the fact that I am bringing you from the wilderness into the country of plentiful resources. In the same way that I dried up the Jordan River in order to make room for my children a very long time ago, I am now dividing the Red Sea of shortcoming in front of you. I am ushering you into a land that is flowing with milk and honey, your very own promised paradise of prosperity that was planned for you before the foundation of the world. You will no longer have to survive on the few rations and provisions that are available in the wilderness. Have the courage to expand the tents that you have set up for yourself, my kid. In order to bring your hopes into alignment with the reality of heaven, you should stretch them further, because I am Jehovah Jireh, the God of wealth, and I am there to provide for you without any boundaries. For as long as I can remember, it has been my great pleasure to entrust you with the entirety of the kingdom. The doors to my warehouses are wide open. I am not holding anything back. I will open the floodgates of, if you ask me to bring rain, when it is absolutely necessary. The palms of my hands are etched with your name, my lover. I have not forgotten you. As I lead you out of the region of servitude, I will separate the turbulent seas that are in front of you, and I will provide for all of your need with the supply that comes from heaven. Are you not aware of the numerous instances in which I have shown you that I am completely faithful? However, when challenging circumstances happen, your faith may become shaken. My dearest child, do you not get what I am saying? As the Lord of hosts, I am God Almighty, and I am the one who rules the wind and the waves. For your sake, there is nothing that is beyond my ability to control. Raise your eyes above the whirling maelstrom that is all around you on all sides. Turn your attention to me, the one who authored and perfected your faith. Have I not made promises to you for your life? Plans to make you successful, plans to protect you from harm, plans to provide you with hope and a future. Despite the fact that the fulfillment of these promises may appear to be delayed, the time that was allotted for them is getting closer. I am currently coordinating the angelic forces that I possess in order to assist you. I am awakening the hearts of those who hold positions of authority on earth, altering the trajectory of governments and economic systems, and removing obstacles that stand in your way. These spiritual relationships are being orchestrated by me. The floodgates of blessing are about to open for you, and I am about to open them. The period of time spent traveling in the desert is coming to a conclusion, and the land that was promised to you is just ahead of you. Are you unable to recognize the glimmering rays of dawn that are appearing on the horizon, which are a sign that a breakthrough is on the horizon? In the same way that I provided you with manna from heaven when you were in Egypt, I will now provide you with supernatural sustenance that is greater than what you are able to contain once you become my covenant child. You are going to be absolutely overpowered by my favor, which will suddenly come upon you. Ezekiel's vision of river blessings will appear to be little more than a drizzle in comparison to the fullness that I will pour out. In the same way that I once dried up the Jordan River in order to guide my children into their inheritance, I am now guiding you from a position of deficiency into a land that is brimming with abundance and sustenance. Even when I am confronted with sadness and hopelessness, the joy that I bring is irrepressible and unyielding. The happiness that we experience is not a transitory bliss that disappears like smoke. Rather, it is a profound delight that blossoms as a result of our unshakable link. I rejoice in you and sing over you. Feel my joy as I relieve you of every burden that you are carrying. Even though the way forward is uncertain, the time has come to have a fundamental trust in all that is ahead. I am working to strengthen your resiliency so that you can venture where others are afraid to go. You are going to move on without having complete knowledge of everything, since I will supply direction when it is required. To help you navigate the obstacles that lie ahead, I am providing you with the wisdom and methods you need. In contrast to what the world requires, this journey does not require any kind of struggle or frenzied effort. Rather, it thrives on the elegance of our collaboration. There is a great deal more for you to learn, and there are adventures waiting for you in the realm that cannot be seen. Now that I have entrusted you with authority, you are only starting to understand what that means. The darkness will be dispelled, mercy will be shown, and the captives will be empowered to be free. The people around you are able to see my multifaceted nature because I am present in you. My lavish love will be extended to every outcast, and as my wealth continues to flood in, it will nourish the souls of those who are hungry. Remember, above all else, that you are loved with an unending affection. My love for you is unending and never changes direction. There is no way to acquire or lose it. In my presence, you are protected. My perception of you is not affected by any shortcomings. You can find solace in my grace that is not conditional, which helps you to persevere through the unpredictability of life. You have complete access to all of my resources, as well as my power and wisdom. Under the influence of heaven on earth, there is no difficulty, injustice, or stronghold that can survive its presence. Have peace of mind, knowing that your identity is safe in my arms as you move on. You are not defined by the mistakes you have made in the past or the problems you are currently facing. Rather, you are defined by the infinite potential that I see in you. Through the process of crafting your story, I'm transforming every difficulty into a witness of my faithfulness. Despite the noise and chaos that exists in the world, the magnificent symphony of love and purpose that I have orchestrated for your life will not be able to be drowned out. There is a bright and promising route that lies ahead. In addition to being truly loved, you are equipped and empowered. Raise yourself up, walk with self-assurance and tranquility, and know that every step is held within the bounds of my unchanging love and my sovereign design. Dearly beloved, I am aware that you have been going through a dry period crying out, "How much longer, O Lord?" I can promise you, however, that I have not forgotten about you, not even for a second. I have a permanent imprint of you on the palms of my hands. You will be led out of Egypt by me. The Red Sea will be parted in front of you. I will provide you with manna in the wilderness, and I will cause water to flow from the rock in order to satisfy your thirst. Have I not demonstrated my loyalty to you on a limitless number of occasions? Nevertheless, when storms come, you find that your trust begins to waver. Do you not know that I am the Lord of hosts, the Almighty God who governs the wind and the waves? Oh, my dear child, do you not recognize my name? There is nothing that I am unable to control for the sake of you. Draw your attention away from the disorder that is all around you and look to me, the one who is the creator and the culmination of your faith. Have I not made promises to you? Plans that will bring you prosperity, plans that will not do you damage, plans that will offer you hope and a future. Even if the vision continues to linger, it will undoubtedly come to pass after all. There is a limited amount of time left. At this very moment, I am gathering my angelic legions for the purpose of assisting you, stirring the hearts of earthly leaders, altering governments, and removing the impediments that stand in your way. The heavenly connections and unexpected blessings that will suddenly come upon you are being orchestrated by me on your behalf. Your journey through the wilderness is coming to a conclusion. The land that was promised to you is just around the corner. Are you unable to recognize the first rays of dawn that announce the beginning of the breakthrough? How much more will I shower you with blessings now that you are my covenant child? If I opened the gates of heaven to pour down manna when you were slaves in Egypt, how much more will I do so once you are my child? The supernatural supply that I have will be greater than what you are able to contain. It will suddenly overwhelm you. In comparison to the outpouring of my favor, Ezekiel's vision of river benefits will appear to be little more than a light rain. My journey will take you from the wilderness into a land that is brimming with milk and honey. It will be your promised paradise, which has been waiting for you since the beginning of the world. I encourage you to broaden your hopes and expand your expectations so that they are in alignment with my divine reality. Jehovah Jireh, the God of abundance, is your boundless supply. I am the God of abundance. It has always been a source of great joy for me to bestow upon you the entirety of my kingdom. I am not going to hold anything back. In the event that you make a request for rain at the appropriate time, I will open the floodgates of heaven. My storage facilities are open. In these end days, the riches of the wicked has been put up for the just, and I have no doubt that my righteous ones will flourish in a way that has never been seen before. For the duration of every difficulty, keep your thoughts fixed on me. You will be able to harvest the fruits of the land if you honor our commitment while you are in the wilderness. We thank you for your $50 donation. It motivates us to innovate and improve our offerings.